Faith and Begora. Hey everybody, it's Benjamin from Be Imagine Music Studio. Wanted to teach you a little bit about this piece called Red Haired Boy. It's an Irish fiddle tune. Let's get right into you playing the melody and then we can learn the chords. When you learn the melody, you're welcome to check out our tab that we have over on our Instagram page. Check out this link. You can use that tab or you can just watch this video many times. Don't forget that YouTube has that little settings button that you can slow down the video to watch it slowly. If we check out our Instagram tablature that I'm sharing with you, you'll see that it has the numbers written on 6 lines. Those 6 lines represent the 6 strings and the numbers represent the frets. So first we see the 5th fret. Now that 5th fret is relative to the capo and it's on the 4th string. But the thing that can be tricky is how to remember to play the rhythms correctly. Tablature has no rhythms, but what I did for you all is I wrote some rhythmic symbols above each number. Now if I just wrote a stem going upward, that means it's a quarter note. Here's how quarter notes sound. We'll play just this 5th fret of the 4th string as an example. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I wrote a stem going upwards from a number connected to another number like that, now that represents 2 eighth notes, and they're played with down-up picking, which allows you to go twice as fast. Your hand will move the same way, but you'll now be striking on the upward strike as well. It would sound like this. Again, the 5th fret of the 4th string will play, as an example, some eighth notes. They go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Fantastic. Now, if we could look at the first 2 measures of the piece, we could apply some of what we've learned in terms of rhythmic picking to the tab that we see. It would sound like this. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Now the 3rd measure, which is really the beginning of the melody, has some really cool rhythms that happen. And let's figure out how to play those rhythms by only playing this 3rd fret note of the 2nd string. I'm going to play measures 3 and 4 with just this one note. It sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and... Fantastic. Now you can see the picking, where every time we do a 1 and 2 and, it's a down up, and any 3 or 4 or any beat by itself is just a down. Now in that, let me see, the 5th measure, which is really the 3rd measure of the real melody of the tune after the introduction, we see this rhythm. And again, I'm only going to play it on this one note, but I'm going to play the picking so that you can learn how to pick it correctly. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that final measure of the 2nd line, which is again the 6th measure, it sounds like this. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now at the end there, we saw what's called a ghost strum. We've seen all 3 types of rhythms in this one measure. On the first beat, we have eighth notes, which go 1 and. On the second beat, we have a quarter note, which is just a down, 2. And on the third beat, we have a half note, which is worth 2 beats. It's going to be worth the 3rd and 4th beat. We'll strike it on the 3rd beat, but on the 4th beat, we'll do this movement we call a ghost, just to keep the time. It goes like this, 3, 4. So if I played that full line now, adding in the different melodic notes along with the picking that I've learned, it would sound like this. So if you can apply some of that picking technique to the rest of the tab, you can learn that just fine. Now let's talk about the rhythm guitar. For the 3 chords that we find, I play a G chord shape like this, called the country G. It's got the 3rd and pinky finger on the high 2 strings, like this, middle finger on the lowest string, and the 1st finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. It's got a nice, full, wonderful G chord sound. My C chords, I actually play them like this. And my F chords, I play like this. The rhythm I use is a 4-beat per measure rhythm that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Also known as like bass chord, bass chord. So you got to be carefully counting through all of these measures to play it correctly. That first line of chord changes would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So, share this song with a friend, learn to play the rhythm guitar parts, also learn to play the melody guitar parts, and then switch off and enjoy this piece of music. It's a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of other great Irish fiddle tunes just like it that you could also play, and I hope you enjoy music. I'll show you for a quick moment a little bit about the mandolin parts. So everybody, I figured you'd enjoy a quick talk about how the mandolin parts work when you play a piece like Red Haired Boy. So the mandolin is tuned different than the guitar. We recall that the guitar is tuned from low strings to high, E, A, D, G, B, E. Now the mandolin is reversed, so we have E, A, D, G. And so as we go from low to high, we're going in fifths. We have from G to D, let's see, G, A, B, C, D. See, it's 5 notes away. So from the lowest string to the next string, it's a 5th. The guitar is actually a 4th. So what happens is we can fit the scales so much more efficiently on the mandolin. We can play them in only 2-string shapes. So this piece is in the key of A when we play it on the mandolin. This string is my low root note, and the A major scale would be simply this. But this piece uses a lot of what's called the Mixolydian Scale. So the only notes we will need for the piece are and it flows so wonderfully on the mandolin to fit the notes in and play the melody. Now the chords, there's a couple of different ways to play the chords. I chose to play my A chords like this, my D chords like this, and my G chords simply like this. And I played the same style I played with the rhythm guitar. I'd play 1, 2, 3, 4, basically playing bass chord, bass chord. So share these songs with a friend. One person learns to play the rhythm guitar or rhythm mandolin, and the other person plays the melody on the guitar or the mandolin or any instrument you like, and I hope you enjoy playing this song.